Hello everyone and welcome back to my 100% Racing series. This is part 4 and today we've got Monaco Grand Prix Racing Simulation 2. Yes, this unfortunately is not an officially licensed game, so all the liveries and the drivers are all made up. As you can see, this is Ferrari and we've got M. Humniger. And that of course should be Michael Schumacher. And we've got Ted Wine, which of course should be Eddie Irvine. And we're going to pick Eddie Irvine for this race. We're going to pick Canada. Now, unfortunately, also, the tracks are not officially licensed either. So they're sort of there, but they're not quite. Yes, a few of the corners aren't quite what they should be. But anyway, we've picked Canada because it's quite an easy circuit. We've gone for realistic on everything like we always do. And we're going to reduce the fuel quantity now a little bit down to I think about 40 litres, something like that. Because we're going for a two-stop strategy. Now, in this game, it's really good in the pit stops. They are actually going to stop twice. Yes, so, oh my goodness, it looks like we've gone straight into the race. No qualifying. Wowzers. So it looks like a random grid order. As you can see, there are the results of all the drivers. I'm not going to read them out because they're all over the show. Look, M. Couillard. I wonder who that's supposed to be. Everyone. But yes, it didn't go to quali, so we've got a random position. I think that was 11th place, wasn't it? Anyway, so the 5 lights are going to go out now and it's going to say go, 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 and away we go from, 8th position actually. 8th on the grid as we get off to a fantastic start. Whoa, we get punted already by one of the green livery cars. Don't know who that is, but we've been punted. Now you can see off to the right hand side we've got a damage indicator screen, which is fantastic for Formula 1 games. You can see we can have damage to the suspension, the front wing, the rear wing, and of course you've got a fuel indicator at the bottom there which tells us that we've got those 40 litres of fuel in. And of course you can have damage to the tyres as well. They'll gradually go different colours. It goes from I think green to a sort of browny colour and then to red colour to tell you that your tyres are almost finished and you need to come into the pits. Now of course this is based basically on the 98 season. So because of that, you can see that the tyres have got grooves in them. Yes, they got grooves in them. Now, of course, after the abomination of Formula 1 98, this came along and it was like a breath of fresh air. Unfortunately, it's not that good because this is a multi-format game. And the trouble with multi-format games is they don't ever have the time to put in an extra little bit of spit and polish to make it a pretty classy game, unfortunately, because this came out on multiple different formats, not just on the PlayStation. Anyway, we're going for a pass on one of the cars in front of us. As you can see, it's that green car again as we're about to complete lap 1 as we go underneath the big sign. Yes, there's lots of sponsors around the circuit, but they're not really the official F1 sponsors. They're just ones that they've either made up or they've, sort of managed to get on board for this game. And we've got BIC, we have got Moretti Morali, I think that's the name of it, which is, of course, a brake manufacturer. Oh, we go around the outside trying to get past his car. Anyway, we're still in 9th position at the moment. You can also see, thankfully, we've got a lap indicator which tells us how many laps we've done. This is a 69 lap race in Canada. I think it was a bit longer than that in real life, but I'm not quite sure. Is it 70 laps? It may have been. Anyway, this is not, as I say, an official circuit. You can see some of the squiggly bits are a little bit not recognisable as the Canadian circuit. But anyway, we will persevere. 2 laps completed now. We're down to 11th place at the moment. So we are going to pit twice, and the AI are also going to pit twice as well. So this should be a pretty good race. Now, unfortunately, the game is a little bit on the easy side. So I'm pretty sure that we're going to get up into the lead pretty quickly, and we may actually stay there. But anyway, we will persevere. This is still lap 2. In 10th position now for the Hookster. Oh, and thanks for one of my subscribers for suggesting that I put in Carmen Jordan as our driver of choice. Unfortunately, I completely forgot. I should have done that. So I am driving as a Hookster. But yes, we should have had Carmi back and she could have driven this car. But anyway, we persevere as we go down the extraordinarily long straight at Canada now. 9th position, trying to get past this green car as we now come up to Champions Wall, of course, braking very, very hard. And you can see it's not really much of a Champions Wall either, to be honest. But anyway, we go past this car now, do we? Yes, we do, up into 8th place. Now also you can see that the cars ahead, they go into complete blobs of colour. And if they brake really hard and you brake really hard, you almost go straight into the back of them. But anyway, and look at that, little bits of grass have just chucked up there as well. It's got lots of particle effects in this game, which is fantastic. As we're accelerating forward at lap 5 and we go past one of the, it looks like an old McLaren. In fact, it's an old McLaren livery, but I don't think there was McLaren actually in the teams. Now, of course, the teams are based on the 98 season, so if you pick this car, which is supposed to be the Ferrari, you actually do pretty well in the races. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 5, still trying to get past these cars. We're up to 5th place now. We are up into the points, everyone. Now, you may have noticed something else about this game, and that's the sound of the engines. Yes, it's pretty crap and synthesized. In fact, it sounds pretty much like 27 bees caught in a jar. Yes, that's what it sounds like, especially as it goes through the revs. It's really annoying, and it's really loud as well. I hope my commentary is going over the top of this, but yes, it is. I've turned it down as well, but it is just so loud in your eardrums, it literally burns them out. So you have to turn the actual outside sounds down as much as you can, because it is really, really loud. But apart from that, we will persevere, because the game actually plays very, very well. The handling of the cars is absolutely fantastic when you compare it to F1 98. You really, really do get a good feel for the car. In fact, it plays in the handling department a little bit like Formula 1 97. You have to be careful in the corners though, because if you go off the circuit a little bit, you can completely spin the car around, which is absolutely great to see, as we now get past 2 more cars and we're up to 3rd place. We're up to podium position at the moment on lap 6, everyone. Wowzers me trousers. Anyway, we accelerate forward to lap 7 as we go past, I think it was one of the Williams cars there, up into 2nd position now, still on lap 7, and we're getting a little bit low on fuel now, so it's soon going to be time for us to come in, so we accelerate forward now, still on lap 8, I do believe, and I think this may be for the lead of the race as we go past. Yes, it is. So on lap 9, we go into the lead of this race as Eddie Irvine in our simulated Ferrari car. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 9, you can see, oh, and here we go, we've binned it. That's our first binnage of the race, and we've lost the lead, I do believe. Yes, we have. Yellow flags have come out, now down to green flags, but yes, we've lost the lead. So there you go, as I say, if you go off the circuit a tiny little bit, you do actually spin around like a top, which I actually think is great. That's great, and you should have that in the modern F1 games, because it's stupid that you can almost bin it and still hold on to it, because you shouldn't be able to. Because, of course, there's no traction control in 1998, or when this season was based on, which is 1998. Yes, no traction control, you just have to go for it. Fantastic. Bring that back as well, that's what I say. Anyway, so we're trying to get past the leader once again, which was us. It's, of course, is Michael Schumacher in the sister Ferrari car. We're going to see if we can dive down the inside before Champions Wall, but I don't think there's going to be any space there. No, there isn't. So we're going to hold on, but just before we get to the end of the start and finish line, the actual AI cars slow down horribly. In fact, before that, and we go past Michael Schumacher and we take the lead on lap 10. As we accelerate forward now to lap 11. Lap 11, still in the lead for the Hookster. And you can see that the scenery in the background is, well, it's not too good. Anyway, it's time for our first pit stop of 2. That looks like a tent, doesn't it, on the left-hand side? Anyway, what the hell's this? We've got to put fuel in. What does tyres? What does N mean? What does N? Oh, God. I don't know what N means. Repair wing? No, we don't want to do that, do we? No. Oh, this is going to take very, very long for a pit stop here. Very, very long indeed. I don't know. What does N... Oh, soft tyres. Okay, we're going to put soft... But what does N mean? Someone please tell me what N means. I don't know. Wet, intermediate, soft, hard. What the bloody hell does N mean? I don't... Oh, dear. The pit crew there was wobbling about a little bit. Anyway, we're going to rejoin now. In 7th position, I do believe. Yes, 7th place. And you can see the beautiful cockpit view as we rejoin now. And so there you go. Down to 8th place, in fact, because the car has just gone past us on lap 12 as we rejoin the field. So let's see if we can get past this car and get back into 7th position. We now, as you can see on the right hand corner of your screen, have got 3/4 of a tank of fuel, which should take us easily onto our next pit stop, which should be around about, I think, lap 35, something like that. Lap 35 should be about right, and we can come in for that last stop and put some more fuel in the car, which should take us to the end quite comfortably. So let's see if we can get past this car. Look, we've got more sponsors. We've got Bridgestone. There's what's it called? Magneti Morale, I think that's the name. If you want to know what it really means, just ask PS Luton Rules, because he does all that kind of rubbish. Yes, he loves brakes. He can talk about brakes for weeks at a time. If you ever watch any of his videos, you'll know that. Yes, you'll know that. He just can't stop talking about the brakes. Anyway, I digress as we try and get past this greeny coloured car. Can we get past? Going to the inside. No, going around the outside then. Nope. Still can't get past at the moment. but hopefully we're going to give it a go before... I don't think we're going to have any room before Champions Wall, to be honest. Now, of course, in the modern games, you get DRS down this bit and you'd fly past them, but not in this game. Not in this game, and not in this season, of course, in 98. Now, of course, we're going to slow down a little bit, or should I say the AI are going to slow down a little bit, and we get the place, so we go into 7th position. As we accelerate forward now to lap 15, and we've got more cars ahead of us. I think that's supposed to be the Benetton car, I'm not quite sure, but we breeze past them and we're back into the points. Yes, of course, 6th position was one single solitary World Championship point in 1998, and we're now up into 5th place on lap 16 as we accelerate forward at lap 17. More cars ahead of us. Let's see if we can get past this one, this purple car, and we go for the green car as well. Yes, fantastic. So up into 5th position, we are now back into the World Championship points. As we accelerate forward now to lap 19. Lap 19, still in 5th place. We're now going for this, I think it's a Williams car again, and we're up into 4th position. But I can see more of the cars ahead of us. Of course, they are now going to be the leaders on lap 19. Yes, you can also see in this game that the cars seem to flash on and off if they go into the distance. They suddenly disappear and then sort of cut. Look, and they jerk a lot as well. Look at them in the background. Look, they jerk from their positions on the racetrack, which is quite exciting, I have to say. But don't forget, of course, this is a PS1 game running on the original PlayStation, where it's actually running off a PS3 at the moment. As we try, we got a little bit of a cluster here, We go, trying to get past the purple car, but we didn't manage to do it there. But yes, so this is one of the original PlayStation games, so it's pretty decent, I have to say, pretty decent. And when this came out, which I think was just after, well, it was the next year actually, in 1990, I think it came out in June 99. So we had Formula 1 98, which came out very, very late. In fact, the season had almost finished, I think, by the time it came out. I think it came out in November 98. Everybody played it, everybody couldn't believe how crap it was, and we all basically spent a miserable Christmas in 1998. It was absolutely miserable, because we should have been sitting there, you know, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, that's when you play video games the most, and we should have been sitting there playing Formula 1 98, and we just weren't. Luckily, Resident Evil 2 was out at the same time as well, so that was quite exciting, but of course that was over in about 6 hours, so, you know, there wasn't a lot on Christmas to play with in 1998. Anyway, just showing you some of the other views. This is the beautiful cockpit view. As you can see, it's simple, but it's there, and you can see that it actually lowers the viewpoint down a little bit as well, so you can see exactly where you're going on the circuit. As we've just made it there up into 3rd position, yes, podium position on lap 21. And we've got a yellow flag. I don't know what's going on. We got a car off the circuit. Well, we've still got 22 cars running at the moment. We're just about to go through Champions Wall once again. No, it's green flag. Can't see anything going on. Unfortunately, you seem to miss a lot of the action in this game. It seems to happen off the camera views. Anyway, as you can see, this is now the nose cam view, and you can clearly see that you've got the wing in front of you and everything. Oh, it's glorious. Glorious view. And we've got yellow flags again. What's going on? What is going on? Oh dear. I can't see any cars in trouble ahead, so I don't know what's going on with the yellows. No, there's nothing. We got greens again, so I don't know what was going on there. This is now lap 22, still holding on to 3rd place. Now, unfortunately, without the official license, it just, I don't know, it loses some of its impact, because you're not actually passing like real F1 drivers. You're just passing any names. Now, of course, you can change all the names and have the complete 98 season in this game. Unfortunately, though, of course, you can't see the names above the drivers, so it's pretty academic. And you can change the liveries in this game as well and get pretty close to the 98 season if you so wanted to. Then you can do all of that, change the liveries and change all the drivers' names, and then you can actually save that as well to your memory card before you start the championship, and that will be with you throughout the whole of the championship. So it's really good that you can do that. Oh, we got a car going in. We got a car going to the pits. Wow, that's what we were looking for. Cars pitting. And yes, on lap 22, as I said, they do pit twice, which is really, really good, because most of these old games only pit once, even on 100% races. And we got another yellow flag, and we've gone off. It's okay though, just a little off the hookster there. I think a little bit unsighted, trying to see whether there was a car in front of us that was going to that we were going to crash into with the yellow flag, but there's nothing actually. And we've gone into the lead. We have gone into the lead because of those cars coming to the pits. So yes, on lap 23, we are in the lead of this Grand Prix at the gorgeous Canadian circuit. Now just look at the background. Just look at it. Look at all those buildings and all those hundreds of thousands of spectators cheering away like Billy-O, like it's 2020. Anyway, moving on, and oh my goodness, look at this. We have a car blown up. We've got black smoke. We've got flames coming out the back of the car. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So we have one fatality. We're now down to 21 runners in this Grand Prix. 21 runners as we just go past one of the back markers. Now we accelerate forward down to lap 36, as you can see, and oh, we're going to bin it, and we do bin it. We spin the car all the way around. Wowzers, mid trousers. Anyway, yellow flag comes out. I think we're going to be okay because we're so far ahead now that I think we're going to rejoin, still in the lead, and we do just that on lap 36, still in the lead of this Grand Prix at Canada as we just go into lap 37. Okay, time to accelerate forward now to lap 39. Lap 39, and you can see that the tyres now are starting to wear. We've got some brownie colour going into those front tyres once again, so it'll be soon time for us to make our second and last pit stop, and hopefully it'll be better than the other pit stop where we made a complete balls up of that. So here we go then, just going down the start and finish. We've got another yellow flag, and we've now got red front tyres, so we've got to come in for our pit stop. You can see the car ahead is just a blob of colour, but we managed to go into the pits now and change onto our next set of tyres. We still got N. What does N mean? Oh, we got, that's our teammate. That was Michael Schumacher. We sort of push him out of the pits, but hopefully this pit stop will take a lot faster time than the last one. Look at the pit crew. Look at that pit crew. Look, it's like a Hollywood movie. Look at them. Look, they are. I've never seen such good quality in a pit crew like that. Just look at it. Anyway, the fuel has now gone in. It's quite a long pit stop, almost 20 seconds, but as you can see, we have now rejoined and we're still in the lead, unfortunately. Yes, still in the lead of this Grand Prix on lap 42 as the green flag has come out now. Wowzers, me trousers. So only 18 runners now in the Grand Prix, and we're still on lap 42 as we accelerate forward now. Oh, look at this, everyone. We've got another car that has blown up. Wow, I do like all the fire and bits of smoke coming out the back of these cars. That's absolutely fantastic. As we accelerate forward down to lap 66, just a few more laps to go. You can see that the tyres are starting to wear. We're going to try and get Buzz back. Oh, Jesus. We've hit the back marker and we've got damage now to the front wing of our car. You can see that it's gone yellow. There's only 16 runners left in this race, but we have definitely got damage to the front of the car. Now, luckily, because it's only yellow, it doesn't really make any difference to the handling of the car. As we go around this corner, we will just have a look and see from the nose cam view. Yes, you can see that the wing is still on. I think it's flapping about a little bit. You can just see it's sort of flapping about a little bit more. That indicates that there's some damage to the wing, but it is still on. So it is still creating the downforce that we need to get through into the corners. With just a few more laps to go anyway, we're just going to persevere and carry on until the end. There's no point in coming in again. I'm pretty sure we're miles ahead, but I don't want to take that chance just in case, because of course there is no mini map or track guide, so you can't see where the other cars are on the circuit. As we accelerate forward down to lap 68, just about to start the last lap of the race, and you can see that now our front tyres have gone red, but it's okay. We should be okay for the last lap when we go past number one of the back markers. Still 16 runners remaining. Still 16 runners remaining in this Grand Prix at Canada as we look at the gorgeous trees in the background. Just look at them. Look at them. Unfortunately, you can see that there are huge gaps on this circuit where there just doesn't seem to be anything drawn in, really, to be honest. And that's one of the reasons why it's not an officially licensed circuit. On the official circuits, every sort of tree and advertising hoarding is in exactly the place where it should be on the circuit, and of course in this one it's not really there. And in some places, on some of the tracks, it looks like a very early game that used to be on the Sinclair Spectrum or the Commodore Amiga, because they just haven't filled in like backgrounds on the circuits. I think Monaco is pretty bad, to be honest, pretty bad on this game. Anyway, we persevere on the last lap, just coming around this corner now. So that's the end of the 100% race at the Monaco Grand Prix Racing Simulation 2. Unfortunately, it hasn't got that sort of polish that the F1 games have got. In fact, it only scored about 5 out of 10 through most of the review mags when this game first came out. It is a shame because the handling is good and the cars actually do pit twice and everything else is really pucker on the game, but unfortunately the presentation has a lot to be desired. Anyway, we cross the line and we win the race. As you can see, 99 minutes that took us. 99 minutes. And Michael Schumacher, our teammate, finished in 3rd place. Wowzers. As you can see, all the other drivers there, which are still in their made-up names for this unofficial F1 title. Anyone wondering, of course, I am getting the release dates for these games off of Wikipedia. And there are a few discrepancies, of course, because some of the multi-format games were released at different times on the different formats. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always, and stand by for the next 100% race, which will be on Formula 1 99. Thank you and good night.